Before you spend a single dollar on your business, before you design a logo, before you even buy a domain name, there's one thing you absolutely need to check. Because if you skip this step, there's a very real chance you'll have to undo everything later. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this is one of the most common early stage mistakes I see. Hi, my name is Bobby Casey. I'm the founder of BusinessAnywhere.io. I'm an international tax lawyer, and for over 20 years, I've been helping entrepreneurs set up their businesses properly, avoid legal issues, and build a solid foundation from day one. And today, we're going to walk through something that sounds simple, but it can save you a lot of time, money, and frustration, how to carry out an Oregon business entity search, and more importantly, how to do it the right way. Now let's start with a quick reality check. A lot of people think checking a business name is just a quick search. You type it in, if nothing shows up, you're good to go, but that's not actually how it works. Because when it comes to registering a business in Oregon, your name doesn't just need to be different, it needs to be distinguishable. And that distinction is where most people get tripped up, because two names can be technically different, but still considered too similar from a legal standpoint. For example, let's say there's already a business called Pacific Northwest Marketing, and you want to register Pacific NW Marketing Group. To you, that might sound different enough, but to the state, that could be considered too similar, and that's where your application can get rejected. So the goal of a business entity search isn't just to check your exact name, it's to identify anything that could potentially conflict with it. Now in Oregon, you can do this through the Secretary of State's website. They have an online business registry that allows you to search existing entities. And this is where you want to be a little more strategic. Instead of just typing your full business name, you want to break it down, search keywords, search variations, search partial matches, because what you're really trying to do is map out the landscape of similar names. Let's say your business idea is called Green Horizon Consulting. You wouldn't just search that exact phrase. You might search Green Horizon, then just Horizon, then Green Consulting. Each of those searches helps you uncover potential conflicts. And this is where patience pays off, because spending a little more time here can save you a lot of trouble later. Now, once you run your search, you're going to get a list of results. And this is where you want to slow down and really analyze what you're seeing. Look at the names. Look at how similar they are to yours. Look at the status of each business. Some will be active, some may be inactive or dissolved. Now, here's an important point. Just because a business is inactive does not automatically mean the name is available. In Oregon, there are rules around name reuse, and in some cases, names can still be restricted even after a business is no longer active. So if you see something that's close, even if it looks inactive, you want to be cautious. Now let's talk about naming requirements for a moment, because this is another layer people often overlook. In Oregon, your business name needs to meet certain legal criteria. For example, if you're forming an LLC, your name typically needs to include LLC or limited liability company. If it's a corporation, you'll need something like Inc. or corporation. And then there are restricted words. You can't just use terms like bank, trust, or insurance unless you meet specific licensing requirements. So even if your name is available, it still needs to comply with these rules. Now let's zoom out for a second, because your business name isn't just about legal registration. It's also about branding. And this is where a lot of people miss the bigger picture. You might find a name that's technically available in Oregon, but what about everywhere else? Is the domain name available? Are the social media handles available? Is there a trademark conflict? Because ideally, you want consistency across all platforms. You don't want a situation where your legal name is one thing, your website is something slightly different, and your social media is something else entirely. That creates confusion, and confusion is not good for business. So when you're doing your entity search, think beyond just the state database. Think about your brand as a whole. Now, once you've confirmed your name is available and it meets all the requirements, you have a couple of options. You can go ahead and register your business, or you can reserve the name. Oregon allows you to reserve a business name for a certain period of time. This can be useful if you're not ready to form your company yet, but you want to secure the name. Now, let me highlight a mistake I see all the time. People skip this step entirely. They assume their name is fine, they start building their business, and only later do they check availability. And by then, they've already invested in branding, marketing, and possibly even client relationships. and now they're forced to rebrand, which means new logos, new domains, new everything. And in some cases, they even lose the recognition they've already built. So while this step might seem small, it's actually one of the most important parts of starting your business, because your name is your identity. It's how people find you. It's how people remember you. And it's something you don't want to change unless absolutely necessary. So if we bring all of this together, an Oregon business entity search is about more than just checking a name. It's about making sure your business starts on the right foundation. You want to search thoroughly, look for similarities, understand the rules, and think about your brand beyond just the state level. If you do that, you're going to avoid one of the most common and costly early stage mistakes. And if you want help with this process, whether it's checking name availability, registering your company, or setting everything up properly from day one, that's exactly what we do. Through our Digital Nomad Kit, we help entrepreneurs handle company formation, registered agent services, compliance, and everything you need to get your business running smoothly. You can find more information in the links below. And just remember, the smartest business decisions, often the simplest ones, are done early. Hope this video helps you, and I'll see you in the next video.